He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl.
This one's wife in the fake lady garden. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This one's wife, this one's wife. Wakey, wakey, this is your narcissism calling. We need some fuel, come on now. Wakey, wakey, up you get. What? Come now, this is your narcissism calling. It's another day. You've already been lying there in bed until 11 a.m. A vodka-infused evening, was it again? Date night drinks with your husband, who isn't here? We understand. But there are things to be done. There are Instagram stories that need to be filled. Get out there. Assert control. Draw in the fuel. Manage the facade. If the narcissism of this one's wife had a voice, that just might be what it would be saying to encourage her to get out there and do what is necessary with regard to the pursuit of the prime aims. It's incessant. This one's wife has you, the public, pop up on her radar, which means her narcissism needs to control you. She isn't in a position to contact each and every one of you individually. That would be impossible. And therefore, sometimes she will use a PR puff piece. Sometimes there'll be an interview where she could spout meaningless word salad. And then on other occasions, and more usually these days, there is the lure of Instagram, a quick and convenient method of getting to the prime aims through the creation of another bland and meaningless video or post, the purpose of which she believes is to show what a wonderful life she leads and that she's letting you have little glimpses of the idyll that she exists in. You know, as a consequence of my work, that what it's actually designed to do is create an artifice, an illusion, in order to provoke reactions that provide fuel, to provoke responses, to show that people are under control, to aid her with the management of the facade, to show this is the world that she inhabits. And as a consequence, this is the latest Insta offering from this one's wife. Have a look. Now, what slice of fakery has this one's wife created in the lady garden this week? Well, here she is with her wooden basket, demonstrating that she has just been prancing around her garden, no doubt barefooted in a white dress, carefree, perhaps Lilibet, gambolling beside her like a spring lamb, or probably not. This is met with the caption of "Spring has sprung." Gosh, that's imaginative, isn't it? Nobody has ever said that before. And what are we treated to? Well, apparently, she's picked some lemons. Now, we have seen the lemons on the trees in the background before, and they're well known to grow in Southern California. So she's plucked those from the trees. And it looks like there's some kind of small orange, clementine, satsuma, I don't know, but that's in there also. And some flowers. Are they sweet peas? Those of you who are horticulture inclined will probably be able to tell me, but they've been hastily gathered and scattered into the box to make it look like this has just been something that she has thrown together, when we know that she'll have given some thought to the creation of this to triangulate the audience with these various objects. And then we get into another aspect of the fakery, for there are 2 eggs on display, and I have to say, if the idea is that she has just collected those from some of the chickens of authenticity, They look rather clean. When I was a young boy, I had a set of grandparents, and they lived in the countryside, and you'll have heard a little bit about some of those stories if you have paid attention to my series about my love of fire. But at those particular grandparents, they kept goats and they kept chickens, and we used to go and collect the eggs in the morning when we would stay there. And the eggs invariably had small feathers attached to them and a sort of goo, and I'm sure there's an accurate name for it, that coats them when they are laid by the chickens. And these eggs, if they've been freshly laid, are suspiciously clean. Now, I doubt that she's actually been and cleaned them. I suspect that they're shop-bought ones that she's just popped in the basket to make it look good. Or if she has taken them from the chickens of authenticity, then why on earth is she lying them on fruit, which presumably is going to be eaten? It's also questionable as to whether those strawberries are actually in season at the moment in South California, that it might be somewhat early for them, and therefore they too have been shop-bought. This one's wife hitherto displayed suspiciously clean spring onions, which did not demonstrate that they had been taken from the ground because they had been covered in earth. This, once again, is performative. This one's wife has put together a bundle of items, some of which would undoubtedly be either shop-bought or of questionable provenance with regard to their hygiene. The result is it's more fakery. This one's wife hasn't gone and collected these items because she's now going to take them up to the house and she's going to concoct something. What's happened is that her narcissism has essentially whispered to her that she needs to go and assert control and draw fuel. Remember, she doesn't think in such terms. This is what's going on underneath, what goes on below. And thus, her narcissism suggests to her, why don't you go and gather some items and make it look like they come from the garden? Or go into the garden and gather some items and put them together. And then you need to film it, of course, because if it isn't witnessed by other people, it never really happened. And thus, this is what you get. And of course, the narcissism wants her to do this to assert control over the audience and draw fuel and manage her facade. She thinks she's being twee and tradwife and showing you what a lovely idyll that she lives in. The reality is, like everything that the narcissist does when it comes to dealing with other people, is about the pursuit of the prime aims. And there's another slice of fakery here. It's an artifice. It's not done for genuine reasons. It's done for the pursuit of the prime aims. And we also had some strange noise that she made. She does this quite often, makes a strange little giggle or an oof noise. It's part of the fact that she doesn't actually know how to behave. But that's not the totality of what was pumped out on Instagram once again. There was more. Have a look at this as she attempts to make a link towards the next residual benefit. Ah, yes. Spring has sprung. According, we're told, that means it's almost Easter. And there is a picture of some flowers and the sunshine in the blue sky. And then it segues into let's merch. Once again, popping it on her online store, which is somebody else's, in order to try and earn a commission. It's this time the Easter edit, and there's a variety of items that this one's wife is plugging. She can't be bothered to create them herself. She can't secure a fashion line for herself because nobody wants to work with her in that capacity. So what are you left with? Yes, it's this one's wife with plugging merch. The influencer, once again. Thus, her narcissism compels her to create the fakery of the basket, to control the audience, to draw fuel from them, and to lead up to the residual benefit of trying to make money. She is transparent, she is boring, she is vapid, and it's not going to stop. She's going to continue to pump out this nonsense on a near daily basis. For instance, over on As Ever, and I can't be bothered to show it to you, we have yet more unveilings of product from various people who've put it on the Instagram, as this one's wife seeks to persuade you that there are people that actually like her product. Rather than doing some meaningful engagement with people, it's simply she has just received from people or scoured people's Instagrams for their videos, and then she regurgitates them. Lazy and disingenuous. It's the fakery, the faker in the lady garden, the narcissist who is devoid of imagination, devoid of original thoughts, and increasingly tedious, as ever in pursuit of the prime aims. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.